When the pandemic hit last year, ministry at the ranch came to a screeching halt. While most departments were scrambling to figure out what to do, that wasn't the case for every team.
I think that I was kind of the oddball at camp because it didn't really impact me and what I had going. Luckily our project was funded through campaign donations before we started the project, so the funding was already designated in there.
With an empty campground and full funding, Josh and his team set out to use the strange circumstances to work on some major projects.
We were able to continue with the dining hall project and get it wrapped up. Generous donations came in that provided money for the removal of the sediment in the creek and for the enhancement of the chapel landscape. So we were able to just keep right on working and get this place ready for guests to be coming back.
After putting the final touches on the dining hall, Josh and his team turned their attention to fixing a major problem at Flint Valley.
Over the last 15 years, every time a flood event has happened, it's carried just a tremendous amount of river rock in and dropped it in our swimming area where the creek widens out and slows down. And it had gotten to the point where you couldn't really canoe, the canoe dock wasn't functional, the swimming area was about to get filled in with rock in the next couple of floods. So we were able to get some articulated off-road dump trucks and a big excavator, and a lot of people just drove trucks all day and just greatly enhanced the use of that water space for our guests here.
In December, the ranch ran a Giving Tuesday campaign to raise money for updating the landscape around the chapel.
For the chapel, a lot of people from different teams at camp chipped in. We kind of stripped it down and brought in a bunch of big pieces of rock and were able to stack some nice natural looking formations over there with new shrubs and landscape and a fire pit, and it'll be it'll be easier to maintain, will require less water to keep all the plants alive and still create a space where groups can kind of break out into smaller groups and connect over a fire.
At Frontier Cove, there were several maintenance issues the team was able to address during the fall and winter.
At the Frontier Cove, we've been working on fixing the boat docks that have kind of fallen into ill repair. So we've been getting them back into shape for summer. One of our pools has been leaking a lot of water, had some cracking issues, so we got that fixed and ready to go, so we're more efficient with our water usage and just better use for the campers.
And as is always the case with the facilities team at New Life Ranch, as soon as one project is done, it's time to start looking forward to what's next.
Starting to look forward to what does the future of New Life Ranch look like, what projects need to happen, and look towards getting plans developed for that so we can get some pricing figured out and figure out how we're going to keep serving guests well.